Cinderella and her 3 sisty ugglers. Once upon a while, there lived a gritty little pearl named Rendition. She lived in a big house with her 3 sisty ugglers and her sticked wet mother. All day long she pined the shots and shans, and she weaned all the clindos, and she was very bored. She needed some fun in her life. One day, the Ping issued a proclamation that there shall be a Drancy Fest ball for all the fair young maidens of the land to meet the Prancing Hints. Well, her 3 sisty ugglers were all pitter-twitted because they had a Drancy Fest, and even her sticked wet mother had a Drancy Fest, but poor Rendition did not have a Drancy Fest to wear. She didn't even have a drinking dress to wear. Well, she got so upset that she eventually cried herself to sleep, and in the middle of the night, who should she be awakened by but her Gary-fied mother. And her Gary-fied mother could see that she had been crying, and she said, Rendition, why are you so upset? And she said, well, Gary-fied mother, I heard that there will be a Drancy Fest ball, but I don't have a Drancy Fest to wear so that I can meet the Prancing Hints. And her Gary-fied mother said, not to worry. Zap! She gave her the most beautiful breasts you've ever seen, together with a stink mole to keep her warm, and, of course, some beautiful slash glippers. Yes. So she felt much better. It went to sleep, and by the time she got up the next morning, her 3 sisty ugglers were all Drancy Fest up in their Drancy Fesses, ready to go to the ball, and the sticked wet mother was all Drancy'd up in her fest, and out the door they went. When they were gone, Rendition put her Drancy Fest on. Out the door she goes, and there is awaiting a beautiful pumpkin poach for her to drive to the Drancy Fest ball in. Well, she got to the Drancy Fest ball, and she stood there, and there across the ballroom floor was the Prancing Hints. Their eyes met, and her bosom started beaving, and his part started hounding, and they were lolling in love. Well, they ran across the ballroom floor and met in the middle, and she gave him a big bug, and he gave her a passionate kiss right in the middle of the ballroom floor. Well, just then, the clock struck midnight, and she said, oh, I forgot. My Gary-fied mother told me that I had to leave the Drancy Fest ball before the Mocha Strid night. And so, and if she didn't, her Drancy Fest would turn to rags. Well, she gave him another hig bug, and he gave her a really passionate kiss. And off she went, hastily out of the ballroom floor, but in her haste had dropped her Drancy, not her Drancy Fest, her slash glipper. No, she didn't drop her Drancy Fest. Her slash glipper fell off. Well, he was just mortified because he didn't get her name. So the next day, he spent the entire day trying to find her. He went to the first house, and he knocked on the door, and the Haiti of the louse said, what can I do for you? He said, well, I want you to try on this last glipper to see if the foo shits. Well, you know, it fit and did. So he went to the next house, same thing. It fit and did. Well, he finally got to the last house, and there she was, Rendition, opening the door, and he saw this beautiful, fair young maiden, and he said, will you please try on this last glipper? And guess what? It fit it. So, there's a storal of the Maury.
What?
Well, the storal of the Maury is, if you go to your Drancy Fest ball, and you were lucky enough to meet your Prancing Hints and loll in fove, but you have to leave before the Mocha Strid night because, well, your Gary-fied mother said you had to, and you want your Prancing Hints to find you so that you can live happily ever after. you must remember to do one very important thing. You have to remember to slop your dripper. The end. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.